as painless as possible. I can't thank Innovation Refunds enough for what they did.
Prove something to your father.
Unmitigated chaos as a mob of teenagers looted and destroyed a McDonald's in Los Angeles this week. Watch as those teenagers storm the restaurant front door first and then start to search for the cash register. What is happening to this nation? What if your children are there? How do you even explain that and protect them? It's sick. Now, new data census from San Francisco show millennials and Gen Zers are among the largest age groups leaving the city. Their numbers fell from 94,000 in 2020 to 74,000 last year. That's a 21% drop. Emily.
You know, I keep thinking about the first word you used, Harris, which is unmitigated. And the reality is that living in this country, there should be mitigating efforts on behalf of the government, on behalf of what we pay our tax dollars to protect us, which includes members of the criminal justice system, so that things like this are mitigated. You put your faith in the system so that prosecutors prosecute, so that district attorneys lead by example and represent the victim, not the criminal. You put your faith in the president to support law enforcement, to condemn violence, to support parents raising children in homes of faith and structure and discipline. I can't get out of my head the fear of those employees. We showed as well, it must have been actually a while ago now, but an elderly gentleman who was eating a meal at a fast food restaurant while someone came up and started feeding him, and it's things like that. It's the underserved community, the elderly, the everyone. It's every American that eats regularly at these places. This is unacceptable. This is Los Angeles. This is Gascon's Los Angeles. This is Newsom's California, and this is Biden's America.
So, Amy, the challenge in all of this is that those kids are going to migrate. And as Emily just said, Biden's America. So where will they migrate to? If you've got numbers of kids going down, among them statistically, some are going to be like this. So where are they going?
It's an entitlement that we are allowing to happen in so many of these communities. It's really unfortunate, it's sad to see, and it's scary, quite frankly. In New York City, if you've been here the last 15 years, you've seen a relatively safe New York. I should say that, prior to the last 2 years, for me, I've really seen a major downhill slide. But this is what crime looks like. And you're seeing people talk about it who never before have recognized it or wanted to admit to it. There are a lot of apps and neighborhood groups that you can belong to in this day and age. On the Upper West Side of Manhattan, the group Neighbor, which basically is to exchange ideas, community, give references, that kind of thing, it's become a crime blotter. Here's what's happening on my corner. Here's what happened to me. Here's what I saw in the business across from where I live. It really is an unnerving situation. So it's an entitlement. Wherever they go, they're getting it in big cities to do what they want.
It's like Waze for crime.
It is.
Because Waze always tells you where the next accident is going to be.
That's exactly what it has become.
I feel like the sanctuary of sanctuary cities has become for criminals. Not just people crossing illegally over our border, but American citizens who are willing to kill us.
Yeah, and California is ground zero for that. You're exactly right. When I spoke with Florida Governor Ransack on Wednesday, he said when he went to San Francisco, he saw people defecating on the sidewalk, markets using fentanyl, and he saw people using crack cocaine. And a police officer came over and thanked him for coming for what he's done in Florida, where crime is at a 50-year low. But Gavin Newsom, just the fact that you nailed it, Emily, that this guy is being praised. I mean, he's like a slick snake oil salesman trying to sell us death and destruction, because that's California. Gen Z's fleeing your city. He shouldn't be praised, but this is who the Dems want.
So, Paul, you and I did an hour-long special last week on George Soros and now his son Alex Soros and all that money flowing into soft-on-crime DAs.
Yeah.
And you told a chilling story about how this affects police officers, and you were with NYPD for a very long time in leadership.
You see, I have to ask myself, what is the metric by which the Alvin Braggs of the world think this is working? People are running out of the cities. You're getting videos like that. And, Amy makes a very good point. One of the things that's happening now is that more than ever, we can see it, right? People are putting these videos up, so, we're not blind to what goes on. This is the kind of stuff that only the police used to see, right? Now everybody is seeing what this stuff looks like. Here's the thing. You can't have only the carrot. You've got to have the stick. And post-Floyd, the big movement across the country was, we're going to remove this stick, everything's going to be about the carrot.
Why?
There's going to be no sanctions, because we're all supposed to believe that the entire system is racist. Every cop everywhere wants to just lock people up for no reason, and that's how the system is.
Don't be mean, but then we get this as a result. Don't be mean to anyone, but this is the result.
We understand the carrot. We understand reform. You can't take the stick off the table, otherwise you get this.
Coming up, Republican President